And the way we found out about our twins was we were traveling for a wedding. It was literally right before COVID. Because I remember it's all coming back to me now, right? Like, we were sitting there and you hear all the news of, like, quarantining this and that. And you're like, what is that? We're just like brushing it off. We're like, oh, the US, they're just, because we're in the Philippines. We're just, gosh, we'll just figure it out when we get home from the Philippines. And so we were there for a wedding, and then time zone wise, right? So we had to do our first ultrasound. So it's like 4 a.m. our time, and we're on FaceTime with our surrogate, and the audio was off. Like, just, of course it was. We were in the hotel, and I go, Albert, my husband's name's Albert. I was like, Albert, I think they just backspace and said, like, they would put baby A, and then they backspace and they put baby B, and they like circled something else. And I was like, I think there's 2 in there. And he's like, no, that's not possible. He's like, that's not possible. No, they just made a mistake. And I was like, all right. I was like, if that's your story, that's not what I think happened. And sure enough, I just stayed up all night waiting for like the time, for US to wake up and to hear from my fertility doctor. But as I was doing that, I Googled it, and it was like, sure enough, a lot of frozen embryos, there's a higher chance that they will split. So we have our 4 kids total, and that's definitely not what we negotiated. But I share that a lot, where I'm just like, I'm not a huge like manifester person, but I do believe that, like, if you believe it enough, right, sometimes it will come true. The how sometimes just isn't exactly how you planned it, right? So I always wanted 5. So I always joked to my husband, I was like, well, I'm closer to what my number was. In my head, I think we're all thinking the 5, though, is probably going to be a dog. We just recently had to put down our fur baby of like 15 years. He was always our 5th, so it's like, maybe that's what the 5th is, because I don't know if I can handle another baby. That's my story.